Hello everyone, welcome back, this is Alex. And if you are listening after work, on the bus, or late at night, you are exactly in the right place today.
Hi friends, I'm Laura, and this space is for people who want to learn English but sometimes feel tired, busy, nervous, or even a little discouraged.
Before we start, let me ask you something simple. Have you ever opened an English book or video and thought, not today, maybe tomorrow?
If that sounds familiar, don't worry, because you are not lazy and you are not bad at languages, you are just human.
Many people in Spain and all over the world tell us they want to learn English, but life is loud, fast, and full of responsibilities.
This podcast is not about being perfect or fast, it is about showing up, even on the days when your energy is low.
Today we want to talk honestly, no pressure, no tests, just a real conversation to help you feel calmer and more confident with English.
So take a breath, relax your shoulders, and remember, you don't need to be amazing, you just need to listen and stay with us.
Think of this time as a small gift for yourself, a quiet moment to grow, without comparison, without stress, and without fear.
We are really glad you are here with us today, and we hope these next minutes make your English journey feel lighter.
I want to share something personal, because not long ago I had a moment when I almost stopped learning English completely.
Really, Alex, what happened? Was it a bad class or a bad day, or one of those moments when everything feels too heavy?
It was after a long workday, my head was tired, my phone was full of messages, and I told myself I would listen to English for just a few minutes. I pressed play on a short audio, and after 30 seconds I felt lost, the words sounded fast, and my brain started to feel very quiet and very slow.
That feeling is uncomfortable, especially when you want to understand but your mind says, I can't follow this.
Exactly, and then a voice in my head said, "You are too old, you are too busy, and other people learn faster than you." I paused the audio and stared at the screen, thinking maybe English is only for students or people with more time.
That is a dangerous thought, because it sounds logical, but it hurts your confidence very quietly.
Yes, and for a few minutes I really believed it. I believed that stopping would be easier than feeling confused again. I thought about all the times I started and stopped before, and I felt disappointed in myself.
Many listeners know this moment very well, when learning feels like a wall instead of a door.
But sitting there, I realized something important. The problem was not English. The problem was that I expected too much from myself on a tired day. That moment changed how I see difficulty, because almost quitting taught me more than an easy lesson ever did.
When Alex told me this story, I didn't hear failure at all. I heard a very clear signal that learning was actually happening.
A signal? That's interesting, because in that moment it felt more like a warning telling me to stop.
I understand, but difficulty is not a red light. It is more like a road sign saying you are entering a new area. Imagine driving in a city you don't know, the streets feel confusing, you slow down, and you check the map more often.
Yes, and at first you miss turns, you feel stressed, and you think, why is this so hard?
Exactly, but that confusion does not mean you are a bad driver. It means your brain is learning new paths. Learning English works the same way. When things feel unclear, your mind is building new connections little by little.
So the problem is not the difficulty, but the story we tell ourselves about that difficulty.
That's right, if you say this is hard so I must be bad, your motivation drops very fast. But if you say this is hard because it is new, suddenly the feeling changes from fear to curiosity.
I like that, because it gives the learner more control over their emotions.
And this is very important for Spanish speakers, because English sounds and rhythm can feel strange at first. When you feel confused, try to smile and think, good, this means I am learning something new today. Now let's share a small listening tip, especially for our friends who speak Spanish and feel nervous when they hear fast English.
Yes, many Spanish learners tell me the same thing. They say, I understand some words, but then I get lost and stop listening.
This happens because many learners try to catch every single word, and that puts a lot of pressure on the brain.
English listening is not a word-by-word test. It is more like understanding the general idea of a story.
Think about how you listen in Spanish. You don't hear every word clearly, but you still understand the meaning.
When you listen to English, try to listen for key words like time, place, or action, and let the rest pass.
For example, if you hear words like yesterday, work, problem, tired, you already know a lot about the message.
Many learners feel frustrated when they only understand 60%, but 60% is actually very good.
Yes, because that 60% is enough for your brain to start connecting sounds, meaning, and emotion.
Another helpful idea is to listen more than once, the first time for feeling, the second time for details.
And please remember, it is normal if English sounds like noise at the beginning. That stage does not last forever.
Every time you listen, even without full understanding, your ears are training quietly in the background.
So relax, don't fight the audio, let English flow, and trust that your listening skill is growing step by step.
After learning to listen without pressure, the next important idea is what we call the small step rule.
Many learners think progress only counts if they study for 1 hour or more, but that belief makes learning feel heavy.
The small step rule means you choose an amount of English so small that your brain does not feel scared.
For some people, that might be 10 minutes, for others it might be 5, and on very busy days even 3 minutes is okay.
When the step is small, it is much easier to start, and starting is often the hardest part.
Think about brushing your teeth. You don't wait for motivation, you do it because it is part of your routine.
English can become the same kind of habit, something light and normal, not something stressful or dramatic.
A small step could be listening to one short video, reading one paragraph, or repeating one simple sentence.
And when you finish that small step, your brain feels success instead of failure.
That feeling of success sends a message to your mind saying, "This is safe, we can do this again tomorrow."
Over time, these tiny steps connect and become real progress, even if it feels slow at first.
Many Spanish learners stop because they wait for the perfect time, but the perfect time rarely comes.
So choose a step so small you cannot fail, and let consistency do the hard work for you.
One of the biggest fears learners share with us is this: "I studied yesterday, but today I forgot everything."
Yes, that feeling can be very discouraging, because it makes people think their effort was useless.
But forgetting does not mean losing. It simply means your brain is organizing information in its own way.
I like to imagine my brain as a computer with many files saved inside it.
Exactly, the information is there, but sometimes you don't remember where the file is or how to open it.
When you see a word again and think, "Oh, I saw this before," that means the file was never deleted.
Practice is like clicking on that file again and again until it opens faster each time.
Many Spanish learners expect memory to be perfect, but real learning is messy and slow.
Your brain needs time to move words from short memory to long memory, and that process is quiet.
This is why repetition is so powerful, not because you are weak, but because your brain needs reminders.
Forgetting and remembering are part of the same system. They work together, not against you.
So when you forget a word, try not to feel angry, just think, "Okay, I'm opening this file again."
If you keep opening the same files with patience, English will start to feel familiar instead of frustrating.
There is another idea that helped me a lot, and that is understanding the difference between resting and quitting.
Yes, many learners think if they stop for one day, they have failed, but that is not true at all.
Resting means you pause because you are tired, but you still plan to come back.
Quitting is different. Quitting is when you close the door and tell yourself the story is finished.
I like to think about my phone battery. When it is low, the phone does not disappear, it just needs to recharge.
Your brain works the same way. When you are tired, English feels heavy, confusing, and frustrating.
In those moments, forcing yourself can create negative feelings, and those feelings stay in your memory.
Rest can be a walk, a good sleep, or a day without English, as long as you return with a calmer mind.
When you rest with intention, you protect your motivation instead of destroying it.
So remember this simple rule: resting helps you continue, but quitting stops the journey completely.
After talking about rest and learning, I think it's important to ask a deeper question. Why do you really want to learn English?
Yes, because when learning feels difficult, your reason is what helps you continue.
Some people want English to travel and feel confident asking for directions or ordering food.
Others want better job opportunities, to understand meetings, emails, or international clients.
And some people simply want to connect, to talk to new people, watch movies, or understand music without subtitles.
When you remember your personal reason, English stops being homework and starts being a tool.
It becomes something useful, something connected to your real life, not just words in a book.
That is why motivation from inside is stronger than pressure from outside.
Even on hard days, your purpose can gently remind you why this journey matters to you.
English is not just about grammar, it is about opening your world little by little. Before we finish, we want to slow down for a moment and talk directly to you, the person listening right now.
If today feels heavy, or if English feels harder than usual, please know that this feeling does not mean you are failing.
Learning is not a straight line. Some days feel clear, and some days feel cloudy, and both are normal.
We would like you to think about one small thing you did well recently. Maybe you understood a sentence or recognized a word.
Small moments like that are easy to forget, but they are signs of real progress.
You don't need big results every day. You only need small steps that move you forward.
And please don't compare your journey with other people. Everyone learns at a different speed.
The only fair comparison is with yourself, who you were last week or last month.
If you know even one more word today than yesterday, that is already a win.
So take a quiet second, feel proud of yourself, and remember that you are doing better than you think. As we come to the end of today's episode, we just want to remind you of one simple thing. Learning English does not need to be fast to be meaningful.
Progress can be quiet, slow, and gentle, and it still counts more than you imagine.
If today's episode helped you feel a little calmer or more confident, that already matters.
Please remember, hard days are part of the journey, not a sign that you should stop.
You don't need to be perfect, you don't need to understand everything. You just need to continue.
If you enjoyed listening with us today, we would love for you to subscribe so you don't miss future episodes.
You can also listen again on a tired day, or share this episode with someone who needs a little encouragement.
Thank you for giving us your time and your attention.
Keep going, one small step at a time.
We're cheering for you. See you in the next episode.